Hey guys, Kevin Sorbo here from Sorbo Cellars, and we're going to have a really great interview. We're going to meet with Mitch Hawkins from Hawk and Horse. He's got an amazing vineyard out there outside of Sonoma, California. So here we go with Mitch, the man himself.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Mitch Hawkins, Hawk and Horse Vineyards here. We are a 1,300-acre ranch in the Red Hills, AVA, Lake County, California, all certified organic, all certified biodynamic. What that means is I grow my grapes, I make these wines. There's no poisons, there's no pesticides, there's no GMOs. It's a beautiful property in the Mayakama Mountains. So we have a herd of Scottish Highland cattle. We make all of our own sprays, preps, teas. We started planting in 2001. The first vintage was 2004, very small, 42 cases. We were just going to grow grapes, make and sell grapes, but the wines were just so magnificent that we decided that we would get into the wine business. So about 2007, 2008, we stopped selling fruit. We have, we're very limited, 3,000 cases total production. Our big markets are New York, Las Vegas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. So we're all about Bordeaux varietals. So Bordeaux meaning Cabernet Sauvignon. So Cabernet is our big grape. We also grow Petit Verdot, Petit Syrah, Cabernet Franc. And in 2019, I made a sparkling rosé of Cabernet Sauvignon that has really took off, that is magnificent. Final, last but not least, we make a port-style dessert wine out of Cabernet Sauvignon and also 2014 Cabernet Franc. Now, this is a late harvest port-style dessert wine fortified with Germain Robin, a lambic brandy. About 19% alcohol, and it's chocolate cake's best friend in a bottle. So we just needed something to round out our winemaker dinner, and this dessert wine just brings it.
I got to ask Mitch, what, are you near the Mayakama Country Club then as well?
I am right here. I'm not familiar with the Mayakama Country Club, being a farmer, and we're horse people. So my daughters are hotshot little barrel racers, and they keep me very busy. So if I'm not out in the vineyard, I'm in a 4-horse trailer going from rodeo to rodeo.
Wow. Well, I'm a little bit of a golf nut, so I've been up there a number of times playing in the Charles Schultz Foundation golf tournament up there. I love that area in Santa Rosa. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, that's big city for us. That's where we go do our shopping and such, you know, Santa Rosa. Yeah.
I love that.
Yes, yes. Then you're right in my backyard neighborhood here also. Yes.
Fantastic.
Good deal. We also have Silverado Country Club, Chardonnay. Yep. It's all right here for you. Good.
I would love to know, number one, how long has Hawk and Horse been making wine? You've been 15 to 20 years now, you said?
2004 was the first vintage. 2004. Exactly.
Okay, so what does make your wine's fantastic, by the way. And my wife and I just shared a little port the other day, which was fantastic. Really loved that one. So what really makes your H&H wines different from the competition?
I get you. And let's start out with the first question and then bounce that back to you. On the website, there is a button called Trade. You pull that down and we have all the tech sheets for you, bottle shots, everything and anything that you would want to do for my sales team out there marketing. So I think you're going to find everything pretty well done. And if there's anything more, please feel free to reach out and I'll get that for you. My phone number's on the back of every bottle that rings my cell phone right here.
Wow.
24/7 I am available. And you would think that I would get a lot more offers on that. And I'm sorry, I don't. But as for Hawk and Horse, okay, so we kind of got a late start. You know, 2001, we started planting, clearing land. And when I say late start is, I like to say, I'm not third generation in a red Maserati on my way down to Rutherford Grill right now. I went to school, I cleared the land, I planted these vines. And I knew that we had to be different. I knew that we had to be something special. I knew that just being another cab was not what was going to do it for us. So early on, I was lucky, I was blessed. We were a bunch of nobodies. I started out with dear friends, Mike Benzinger, Jimmy Fetzer, Paul Dolan, Alan York, before he did Sting's Vineyard over in Italy. We were just a bunch of hippies sitting around talking about biodynamic farming. How are we going to make these wines pure? How are we not going to do it without any Roundup, without any poisons? And it was just a beautiful thing. I don't know how we had so much time back then to meet on every Thursday and to read the Rudolf Steiner agriculture book and to follow that path of grape growing. And I knew that I was never going to be afraid of the hard labor. I was willing to put my work into it. It was always worth it to know that when my daughters, when they were young, walking through the vineyard, that I didn't have to wipe their hands off with something because we had just sprayed for dust mites or something like that. So if backing up even more, I walk amongst all these people, my dear friends. My kids went to school with the Rombauers and the Schaefers and Ovid and Silver Oak. So I'm all about trying to get these wines as clean and pure as I possibly can. If you walk through my vineyard in the spring, it's not all tilled under, it's not all Roundup sprayed. It's beautiful ground cover with beneficial insect attractants. So I've got the ladybugs, the hummingbirds, the butterflies, the bees. They're all doing the work for me in the vineyard. I do not have to come through there and spray to kill everything beneficial and non-beneficial. I'm blessed early on. I have a great support team, even though I did graduate Davis and I am a winemaker and I am a viticulturist. My mentor is Dick Peterson. He made the original Screaming Eagles back in the day. His mentor was Andrei Chelichov. He's 91 years old, and I'm blessed to get to work with this guy. Just magnificent. Also for the young people, when I say, well, it's Heidi Barrett's dad. Oh. You know, they kind of get that. It brings it into a picture for them. So he's a legend. I also have another team member, Scott Harvey, who's just a mechanic. Just a wonderful, great guy. So we sit down and just, and no wine in particular, say we're looking at the flagship cab. I bring it in, and being that I grow these grapes, I can decide when to pick. I'm not on a schedule. I'm not a grape grower trying to sell wine to a winery and picking when the trucking's available. I'm picking when these wines are perfect, when it's right on time, the sweet spot. And then you sit down with the flagship cab and you try it with 2% Petit Verdot, 2% Cabernet Franc, a little Petit Verdot and Cabernet Franc. You're going for that best blend, and you're doing 2,000 cases. So, you know, you got a little salami, a little cheese, a little bread. We're all about the food. We're trying the best blend, and when we come up with that, it's a go. And I get it myself. It's not based on what's available as much as what is the best flavor profile out there. So I love to work the market. I love to travel. I love to support the wine.
Hey, Mitch, can you tell me about any, exciting plans and exciting news you might have for the future of the H&H brands? I'm just kind of curious what you guys are doing and what the plans are.
We have a great supply. We're very solid for what we're doing. We love this program. I support this 100%. And me, I want to plant a little Malbec. I want to plant a little Merlot. So I'm always looking into that. And it's just got to do with sales. So we're always looking into new markets, new restaurants.
Hey, Mitch, I'm just curious, who has the final say in the wines? Who is the ultimate person to make the decision on what the wine's going to be and what it's going to taste like?
The buck stops here. Yeah, I've got my team, like I said, Dick Peterson, Scott Harvey, and I'm open. If I've got family in or friends in, it's a fun, festive occasion. We sit down, like I said, a little cheese, a little bouchon bread, a little salami. What do you guys think? Always asking for input, always, oh yeah.
Great stuff. Mitch, could you just, you listed so many wines, right? How many wines do you guys produce? How many different types of wine does H&H produce?
Perfect. Okay, so we're all about the Bordeaux's with this high elevation, volcanic soil, smoking hot days, cool nights. That's what dictates Bordeaux varietals, specifically Cabernet Sauvignon. So Cab is what I'm growing. I've got let's say 90% of the fruit is Cabernet Sauvignon. And then I also have small amounts of a couple of other Bordeaux varietals, which is Petit Verdot, Cabernet Franc, and then my only non-Bordeaux varietal, Petit Syrah, which is a bigger berry, a plumper berry, but it fits right into my program and does very well in the Red Hills. So we started out with the Petit Verdot to blend into the Cabernet Sauvignon, just to make those big velvety tannins and a great balance. We've loved the Petit Verdot so much. I mean, I like to say it's kind of corny, but it's the rose petals and violins in my Cab Symphony. And when we started getting a little Petit Verdot left over, we blended that 100%. So the Cabernet Franc is 100% Cabernet Franc, the Petit Verdot is 100% Petit Verdot, and the Petit Syrah, 100% Petit Syrah. Those are about 100 to 250 cases only, while the Cab is 1,800 to 2,000 cases. The dessert wine is a small little project, and that is about, those are 375 bottles also, as compared to the majority of the other wines are 750, but we're doing about 400 cases of those. And the sparkling rosé, I mean, the 2019, that was just a project. I didn't know how that was going to go over, but that has been so well accepted that I have, I did that in 6-packs to make it easy to bring into on-premise. So that was 200 cases, and now we have 2020 and 2021, 400 cases each vintage. So we're going forward with the sparkling rosé.
That's fantastic. That's look, when I get up there to play in a tournament, I'm definitely gonna give you a call. I would love to come and visit and say hello in person. And I'm gonna throw something out there. I've got a couple movies I'm filming this year, and I don't know how you feel about product placement, but I know there's a couple of scenes that we could have a bottle of yours on display. So we should talk about that as well.
Loving that, baby. Yes, indeed. Good, good, good. And you come out here now. The thing is, you want to hop in the truck with me. You want to drive up to the vineyard, walk the vineyard. And if it's that time of year, we could pick some berries. We could shoot the refractometer, see what the sugars are like. I don't know how you feel about horses, but we've got...
Love horses. I've shot 4 Westerns. I've got another one we're shooting later this year with Neil McDonough and myself. So we got a very interesting Yellowstone type movie we're going to be filming.
There you go. So my youngest just went to state finals, and she does the reined cow horse and the cutting. Wow. And we have finished cutting horses. We're the real deal. We don't just have horses. We've got horses that have done very well at high level competition.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And a beautiful 1,300 acre ranch to ride them on. I like to throw a few clay pigeons private. Yeah. You know, just private. When you're in my vineyard and you look around, you don't see the neighbor property. I've got 100 years or 100 yards of old growth oak forest between myself and any neighbor. So I'm not getting any of their overspray. You don't see them, they don't see you. Just private, just a vineyard carved out of the top of a mountain. That's a perfect movie set also. We've always thought of that, like, hey, this is what this needs to be. When you're here, you're only seeing hawk and horse, and you're only experiencing the hawk and horse, not whatever the neighbors are doing. Perfect.
That's fantastic. I actually live in Florida now. I left California 4 years ago. So much of my work has been out here in Georgia, Louisiana, and Oklahoma and everything. And I was in Thousand Oaks the last 10 years prior to that, in Westlake Village, which I loved. But it just made more sense for us to get out here work-wise. But I definitely love getting out there. Did you get hit with the rain a lot recently?
Oh, it is storming so big right now. Yeah, wow. Yeah. And my home's on the top of Hell Mountain. So it's coming down. I'm on solid rock. The vineyard ranch also is high elevation. So we're doing good. But no, I got my crew out there right now, just making sure no trees are flowing down Copsey Creek and just digging ditches and roads and all that kind of good stuff. Working the cattle, moving the cows around, making sure they're doing okay. So yes.
Cool. Well, maybe one day we'll shoot a Western out on your property. That'd be fantastic.
You got it, baby.
That was fantastic. I want to thank Mitch Hawkins for being a great guest with us today at Hawk and Horse. Fantastic, fantastic place. And we'll be back with you with the next one, a little bit with myself and more Sorbo sellers. Have a great day, guys.